you're making your budget back on one customer, and then the next 14 to 18 customers are just a bonus. Why not double, triple, 10x your spend? Why are you spending $50 and not $500 if it's working? I just got done recording a podcast with CK, the founder of two companies, TagTeam and TagGun. TagTeam is his new venture, and TagGun is his previous bootstrapped company that he grew over the last 5 years. He started it as a part-time, I'm not going to call it a side hustle, but a side business while he had a full-time job. He built that over the last 5 years to 50 customers. They're doing about $250,000 a year in revenue USD, and that's almost $500,000 New Zealand dollars. But he realized there was kind of a ceiling to what he could do with TagGun, and he was also having trouble retaining top engineering talent. And so that those two things combined led him to start this new company, TagGun, which he is planning to pursue a venture-backed strategy with, planning to raise a seed round. We dig into a lot of stuff: SEO, Google AdWords strategies, maybe some philosophy, and I encourage you to follow this guy because he's doing some really interesting stuff. So enjoy.
A really good chat with the VC this morning. The last time we chat, my plan was to raise in Q3. You know how the VCs are, like, I want it now. So he's actually pushing us to raise it right now. So he said, like, it's a good time to raise. Inflations are running high. You're right. We tick all the right box. I think one thing that he said was, like, we've earned the right to raise, which is a really big mark for us. But obviously, the things I'm thinking about, right, is like we're just so strapped with time and resources, just adding on the task to raise money right now. It's really hard. It's like it's going to really stretch us. So yeah, I think we're gonna have to talk with the team again to see what's the right move.
Would this investor be able to lead the round, or would you still need to find the lead? Okay, that's the most important, right? If you can get the lead, then you're pretty much there.
Yeah. So hopefully, I'm totally new in VC fundraising, right? So I need to hit this shit.
Yeah, I'm a total babe in the woods here as well. I'm still learning the ropes. What I've seen, you got a lead investor. They're usually like up to 80% of it, of the round you're trying to raise. You should know how much you're trying to raise and at what valuation. And if you are too hot and raise it too high of a valuation, it can be really, really hard to raise a follow-on round unless you meet the explosive expectations you've set. So sometimes it's worth it not to take every dollar you can at the highest possible valuation you can, or to be a little bit more conservative so that you can beat expectations and raise the next round. So once you're on the venture treadmill, it's kind of difficult to get off, and you're always fighting for the next round to get even bigger, to get even closer to a potential exit scenario. That I'm not really the expert.
That's definitely good advice for generally don't rush it in the first round. No one wants a down round, right? So that's a really good advice too.
You might be able to frame it by having a by calling it pre-seed or seed. I think the expectation is it's a bit more risky. Those rounds are getting bigger and bigger anyway, but
yes, the numbers you told me, that the one of the other startup that just raised, it was amazing. That was what really motivates me. It was like,
people are raising lots of money out there. Do you feel like you found something like product market fit yet with TagTeam?
So it is still early in the game for TagTeam, definitely, but Hannah, amazing Hannah, has actually helped us launch in product hunt, and thank you for the community as well from Indie Worldwide. That's helped us push up to number 4 in product hunt, which was amazing to see, and lots of really good comments. And with that, a few leads that came through product hunt too.
Yeah, product hunt's tricky, isn't it? Because you get a lot of attention at once, but if you don't have retention or somewhere to turn that initial boost into like a long-term growth, like having a good day on product hunt doesn't reveal whether or not you've found product market fit, right? It just it's a temporary boost.
Yes.
It's a good way to like start things off and have some users, but it's still it doesn't say anything about the size of your company. You know, you can launch a new car. You can be Tesla and launch the Model 3 on product hunt. You can be me and launch something you built in a weekend there too. And which one wins? You know, probably Tesla because they have so much money to spend on marketing. But you know, it's you never know.
I guess my other question would be, right, is like, how else do you get feedback this early in the game? Right?
Yeah.
Other tips for me.
I think if you have a specific customer similar to like how you grew TagGun, I think you can just go after them directly, you know, like figure out who you want to be your user and just go talk to them. Cold email, Twitter DMs work really well. LinkedIn DMs even can work if you're genuine there.
Yeah.
But the hard part's figuring out really precisely who it is you want to talk to. But you know, once you've done that, starting the conversation is not too bad. Especially if you don't go into it right away as a sales pitch. If it started as a learning opportunity, once you have a good idea of what their problems are, then from there you develop the solution for it. You know, you arrive to product market fit that way, like a constant. It's like a constant iteration, right? Like you're never exactly what the market needs, probably, right? But you're always working towards it. But I think the way to start is with the users. Talk as many as possible. You know, like people talk about talking to 12 users, and they like find this problem, and they kind of base the product around that. And it's like, I think 12 is like too low. Even like 2 dozen, 3 dozen. If you can talk to 100 users, all the better, and you probably will over time. Because when you're talking to people like this and you're really listening to their problems, they become invested in you and whatever you're doing. So whatever solution you end up having, like those are your beta testers now, and like the people that are invested in seeing your success. What day did you guys launch on?
Saturday.
Okay.
I just saw it Saturday.
Yeah, that's a lower traffic day for sure. I mean, the good thing is you can launch again in 6 months. And what a lot of people don't realize is you can launch features as well. As long as you create like a separate landing page for the feature, you can launch faster than 6 months again on Product Hunt. You know, you can launch every month potentially, as long as you are like building features that are basically products, which AI kind of lends itself to. You know, you can remix that a lot of different ways and call it a new product. It's a potential strategy, but like Product Hunt as your growth channel, you know, might not necessarily be the right fit for your business. So you're planning to grow with SEO for TagTeam?
Oh, 100%.
Like
what I've learned from TagGun, right? Like Google Ads versus organic growth. The traffic coming from organic growth, it's probably, I would say, 5 times higher quality than Google Ads. Even though Google Ads are, they are really doing very well with their conversion rate compared to other channels like LinkedIn and stuff, right? So out of the advertising platform, I found that Google Ads still is the most relevant, but organic traffic definitely beats it.
So you run Google Ads for TagGun?
Yes.
How do you figure out like what keywords to buy, and what's your like return on investment for those ads?
So what keywords to buy? Google Ads, that's keyword planner on the top right box. That's just a magic thing to do, right? Like you can just explore by typing in simple keyword like receipt OCR for us and learn 10 other potential keywords to see whether it fits or not. But the trick with Google Ads is to not let Google steal your money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like if you set a budget as like $50 a day, you just gotta you have to keep filtering until they don't steal your money away.
So what do you mean filtering? What are you doing?
If you're targeting like businesses, right? Do not advertise during off business hours. So very simple thing to do. Do not advertise during Saturday and Sunday because you are targeting B2B. Geographically filter out anything that doesn't make sense to you.
I want to get back to growing SEO through the blog, but before we do, I think it'd be good to dig in a little bit more into ads because it's not something I see a lot of indie hackers pulling off well, actually. And like, I don't know that much about ads, so I'm curious about it. So is $50 a day like an appropriate budget? Is that what you guys are spending and seeing like return on?
Yeah.
So on that $50, like how many clicks are you getting per day?
Not a lot. We're not targeting for clicks, right? We're targeting for conversion. I would definitely use Google Ads to explore keywords as well because it's such a powerful tool that you can try out different keywords to see whether you can find some treasure that you never know about. You might have always thought that your keyword is always say for what would be the keyword for indie worldwide?
Probably like Bootstrap founder community.
Yeah. Okay. Bootstrap founder community. Like you might target those keywords, but you might find that in some country, independent founder might be a better keyword. So the only way is that you just play around the keyword planner and try to discover more keywords and just invest a little bit of money in there to see whether that fits. Because sometimes you might find gold in this.
How do you spend your money to test the keywords? You mean like buy an ad for those new keywords and see how it performs?
Yeah. Target those keywords and just sort of let it run for a week and measure it. If it doesn't work, we exclude it definitely. So I can give you some example from our end, right? Like for example, Google might suggest that receipt scanner is really good for us, but we found that it's actually a really terrible keyword for us because these are end users of an app trying to look for receipt scanning. But our target market is actually to software companies, to the developers. So just things like this, you can't really, you just gotta spend a bit of money, try it out, and see whether it fits. It doesn't exclude it. Move on to the next one. That's how we do it.
So you exclude receipt scanner. What are like the next level up? So you're targeting people implementing receipt scanners. What do they search for?
So once we exclude receipt scan, so my hypothesis is that people who search for receipt scanner are end users. They are not developers, so they're not our target. So we'll exclude them. But out of suggestion from Google, it might say like free OCR scanning, free receipt OCR, or receipt OCR in Python. These other things are, I would spend a little bit of money, try it out, and see where that leads. That's sort of what I've done.
So you're spending $50 a day, $1,500 a month. How many conversions does that lead to typically?
Let me just pull out my Google Data Studio to tell you that. I think on top of my head, I think we have about maybe 30 to 50 conversion a month. It goes up and down. About half is from organic, about half is from Google Ads. So
somewhere between 15 and 25, and those are paying customers, like they're
they will go through the credit card gate, and we consider conversion when they sign up with the credit card.
What is the average value of one of your customers? LTV.
The lifetime value, those are I think from, can't remember actually. I think it's about $2,000, I believe.
Okay, so one customer signing up theoretically pays for your ad budget for the month.
It does pay a lot because we're selling to B2B, right? Remember, and once they sign up, once they start using, the churn is really low. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you're making your budget back on one customer, and then the next 14 to 18 customers are just a bonus. Why not double, triple, 10x your spend? Why are you spending $50 and not $500 if it's working?
I don't think so. I tried it for a month, but I realized that when we do that, I don't think there's a lot of businesses searching for repeat OCR, which means that once we pay more than the amount, the conversion drops a lot, and it's just hitting the wrong people.
So you're already capturing all the search intent that you can. There's no more money you can spend to get extra clicks through ads. So you're better off trying to grow your SEO presence. It sounds to me, maybe to paraphrase the value offering, the way I see it right now, is you saw TagGun. It's you've got this kind of niche product offering that you can spend X dollars to acquire Y customers, but there's kind of a limit there. You're not going to achieve exponential growth with it. So it seems like you've looked at that and said, okay, there's probably a lot of NLP problems like this, a lot of problems that could be solved with machine learning, but the market isn't gigantic, but the market of people who need AI solutions in general is. So let's build many of these products, put them all in one place. Each one is now a new opportunity for SEO and for targeted keyword advertising. And then once you're in our system, hopefully it's such a good experience working with this product, you come to us for all these other solutions we've built too. And we make money that way, and that's how we grow exponentially.
Yes, spot on.
Maybe the most dangerous part is will customers of one product use your other products as well? That feels very critical to your revenue growth.
Yes, so that's also some of the I guess from we do have customers who has requested us to build other AI products for them. Before turning into high growth mode with TagTeam, I always say no because we're just super focused on one, right? But now with this new opportunity, we will be able to help them in a way that will be, it's also those land and expand sort of strategy where you land in one product and they ask for more.
How successful have you been so far converting TagGun customers into TagTeam customers?
We have not actively pursuing it. It's only whenever we talk to TagGun customers and they have specifically requested something like that and we'll explore. So currently we're working on one actually. So with originally a TagGun customer, and we're building out a prototype for them for classification problem so that they can take advantage of that.
Have you been able to take advantage of architecture you've built for TagGun for TagTeam, or were you kind of starting from scratch again?
It is starting from scratch 100%. And why? It's because TagGun was started 5 years ago. and the AI tools and libraries so much more advanced right now. So it makes total sense to actually start from scratch.
What are some of like the big changes you've seen in the space in the last 5 years, then compared to now?
It's a lot more accessible. Like there are a lot more public models that you can download and use and explore and take advantage of that too. And a lot more public data sets as well. So yeah, it's a lot. It's right for building something.
Do you think that'll make hiring at all easier? Like, are there more people that can do it now than could do it 5 years ago that can do ML engineering?
I don't know. I really don't know. But my gut feel is yes, because like just having like something like Kaggle, it allows a lot of people to start playing with machine learning really easily, and that's a critical thing for everyone to be able to start learning machine learning and just to feel comfortable that they can actually start making something.
Let's do some rapid fire questions just to wrap things up and hopefully capture the data points I think we lost in our very first attempt. So first off, how big is the team? We'll take TagTeam and TagGun just as like a combined entity, I guess.
So team of 3, it's myself and Hannah as a marketing.
And average customer is paying how much per month?
It ranges from like $1 per month to enterprise customers.
Okay, so we said LTV was about $2,000 on average for a TagGun customer. Is that right? What's your average monthly revenue across everything?
Average monthly revenue would be about $17,000 to $20,000 per month.
And
New Zealand dollars.
So about about $250,000 New Zealand per year, 300,000.
So we're doing the last 12 months we're doing about 400K revenue right now. So yeah, that's the number right now. So average per month.
So almost $500,000 New Zealand dollars, about $250,000 US.
Yeah.
Do you have a big problem with like churn? Or do your customers stick around?
Churn is not a big problem, but we do try our very best to actually engage with our customers, because a lot of them have signed up and just use our services and gone quiet. So churn is not really a problem. What
% of your customers are enterprise customers? Or maybe what % of your revenue is enterprise revenue?
I think it's about half. Half is enterprise and half is cloud-based, which is pay-as-you-go customers.
And this is from like half a dozen enterprise customers, 5 or 6?
No. Enterprise customer, we have 2 to 3 enterprise customers at the moment.
2 to 3.
Yeah, because they're average.
And those are some big, juicy contracts.
That's right.
Do you find that, do they want like a lot of customization? Are they like knocking on your door all the time to build things that are only relevant to them?
No, not really. The requirement would be for hosting, right? So for TagGun, we are able to fully manage, a dedicated host for these enterprise customers, and these are the things that they actually ask for due to their data security thing, or their internal security audit that they need to perform, or it just doesn't fit if they use a cloud-based server. So we are able to fully manage these dedicated hosts. And that's how we sell the enterprise licensing.
What is your goal in the next year?
Next year, raise a seed round.
Yeah. And going to raise a seed round in order to hire more engineers, or what's your first priority once you have cash in the bank?
Hire more engineers. The hiring plan is 3 more engineers and one more senior sales in the team.
Yes. And if you were to talk to the CK that was starting TagGun 5 years ago, what advice would you give them?
I think we talked about this last time, is that full-time salary is an addiction. The context is TagGun was already profitable and it had enough revenue for me to jump in full-time to TagGun while I was still working on it as a full-time engineer. I didn't, because full-time salary is an addiction, and just gotta realize that and jump into it.
Yeah, I would have hated to lose that beautiful soundbite. I'm not sure if we got it before. Salary is an addiction. All right, CK, thanks for redoing this with me.
Thank you, Anthony. This is fun.